In the aftermath of the Paris Agreement, the European Union has pledged to cut its emissions by 55% by 2030 and become the first climate neutral continent by 2050. These targets were endorsed with the adoption of the EU Green Deal in 2019, and later on in 2021 actually made legally binding upon its member states with the adoption of the EU climate law. We have ever since seen an unprecedented legal activity in the EU, not exclusively confined to environment-specific legislation, but across multiple sector and policy areas such as antitrust and state aid law. Regulation and enforcement priorities have been adjusted to facilitate the energy transition. The EU has remained committed to the energy transition despite the recent security of supply challenges. In fact, the recent Repower EU strategy says that the EU sees the current energy crisis as an opportunity to accelerate the transition in order to secure EU's energy independence. The transition, no doubt, poses a number of challenges on the energy companies. The EU, however, doesn't want them to see this as a punitive measures and has designed and implemented a broad spectrum of support measures to facilitate the transition to a net zero economy and allow them to stay competitive in it. So the first, for example, measure, the EU has revised its state aid rules to allow its member states to finance and track energy transition projects throughout the energy value chain. And we've seen an increased amount of interest from market participants in new energy technologies as a result of this change. For example, we have in July and September 2022, the EU has approved close to 8 individual projects throughout its member states in the hydrogen value chain in the amount close to 10 billion euros of public support. The efforts of the EU member states are also coupled with a significant amount of EU dedicated funds. For example, the Recovery and Resilience Facility. We also have InvestEU, which aims to facilitate access to finance for riskier projects in sustainable infrastructure, research and development, digitalization. We have Horizon Europe, which is close to 100 billion worth, which is the EU key funding program for research and innovation. Pillar 2 and 3 of Horizon Europe are focused on deployment of low-carbon industry application and development of breakthrough technologies, including, for example, in the hydrogen domain. So the idea of the EU is to partner with the main stakeholders that should be leading the energy transition, energy companies included, and allow them to see the energy transition as an opportunity rather than as a threat.